Coach, GW, what do we know about the personnel, style of play, new coach, recent addition?
Yeah, they basically are they're playing similarly on offense. They run a bunch of sets. Kavanaugh is a potential player of the year in our league, so they do a good job getting the ball to him. They've got a transfer point guard, Jaron Cena, who transferred from Seton Hall, who's a really, really good player. They got a good-looking freshman post player from Florida who's been playing for them quite a bit, and they've got decent shooting. So, they're a good three-point shooting team. They change up their defenses. That's been an issue for us a little bit this year. They play some man. They play a 2-3. They play a 1-3-1. They play a 3-2. So they've played a bunch of different defenses. So we need to be ready for their changing defenses. So it'll be a challenge. They're the only team that beat us at home last year in league play. So we need to be ready to go tomorrow night.
How does it affect the team to lose a head coach that close to the season start? I mean, how much do you think does potentially Kennett set a team back?
I don't know. I haven't been a part of that, but I think Coach Joseph's done a really good job. I mean, they're playing well. They've been in every game. They've fought back. They've got a good plan. I mean, he's done a great job. His wife's a VCU grad, but anyway, they've done a really, really nice job. I think it helps. They've got some veteran guys. Kavanaugh's a veteran leader, senior. I think it helps when they've got some older guys who have been through it, who can help navigate through things.
The real topic, I think, what did you think of the Clemson football game last night?
It was a good game. It's a good game. Happy they won.
Coach, you guys last year, going into the winter break, you had this long win streak. I want to say it was close to double figures or double digits, 9, 10 in a row, 12 in a row. Thank you, Chris.
There we go, Chris.
To you, John.
Johnny on the spot.
This year, going into the break now, you've won 7 in a row, undefeated in the A-10. Can you see some similarities from last year's 12-game winning streak?
Hopefully we'll get it to 12.
Okay. But some similarities into the 2 winning streaks, going into the winter break.
I mean, I just think we've gotten better. Sometimes it takes you a little while to find yourself, and I think we've improved. Our guys have attacked. We've gone 2 and 3 times, a couple times over the break to get better and to try to work at some of our shortcomings. And so I think our guys have gotten better. I think the team last year did that, and this year's team did it. And hopefully we can continue to get better, continue to improve, and continue to extend that win streak. But it's really just one game at a time.
In the last 2 games since Derionte's been hurt, you've already started conference play, but since those 2 games, it seems like you've had a couple different guys step up. Is that what you expect in his place, to have different guys step up?
Yeah, we're going to need different guys. I think Samir stepped up at Duquesne, and obviously Doug stepped up for us. So we're going to need different guys to step up for us at different times, and that's what you have when you get a good team. We got 8, 9 guys that we feel really comfortable with, and we need some of those guys to step up and help us. And so far they've been doing that.
Do you look at it like as an opponent, like, okay, Samir will play well against Duquesne, or this is going to be Doug's game? Or is it just you start playing and whoever's got the hot hand, you keep going?
Sometimes you have a hunch before the game that this matchup maybe favors this guy a little bit better, or that matchup favors another guy a little bit better. But you don't know until you settle into the game and see kind of see what happens. So we'll see. I got a hunch tomorrow somebody who maybe hasn't played well in a couple of weeks is going to play pretty well, but we'll see if you're right. I'm going to throw him in there and see if we can get him going a little bit early. But you don't know. You don't know until they're in there for the game. But you do kind of have an idea, maybe, hey, this matchup will work or that matchup will work, that sort of thing.
Are you guys closer to putting a complete 40 minutes together than you were? Do you feel better about
We
that?
are. We're still getting off to too slow of starts. We're not very good around halftime. That before halftime stuff's on me. We worked on that extensively yesterday. But we're getting there. We're getting there. It's gonna going to take full 40 minutes when we start playing. We're playing George Washington, who's really good. You start getting into the middle to upper part of our league, which is what George Washington and some of these guys we got coming up. That's what they are. We've certainly got to play a complete game, beginning, middle, and end.
Coach, last year I think it was around the Cincinnati game. You thought even in the loss, you thought things were starting to come together and guys were figuring it out. Was there a game this year so far where you've seen it kind of starting to come together?
No, I think we've gradually figured out who we are, and I think we've just gradually kind of worked ourselves into being, kind of knowing what our basketball identity is as a team, and figuring that part out. So sometimes it's a moment, sometimes it just happens organically over time. I'd say this one's probably happened a little bit more over time.
What's been the biggest change, I guess, with the team being so good in conference play, defending the glass?
I just want to. We've had a good rebounding team all year. When we've really wanted to, we out-rebounded Illinois, and just want to, and me being a jerk about it probably, yeah, that's probably helped a little bit. But we've got good rebounders. We've got guys who fly in there, and Tillman's an elite rebounder, and he had a double-double the other night. He's a guy who can average, a double-double for us. And so, you got guys like that. Samir helps us. He sticks his nose in there. It always helps. If you're going to be a good rebound team, you got to have a guard who's willing to kind of stick their nose in there and help us. Corey Bilberry was pretty good about that for us last year. And, Samir's good for that this season. So we can still be better, but we're certainly improving in that area.
How did you think Samir played last Saturday against you guys coming off the?
Yeah, it's a little bit of an adjustment for him. They changed their defense. They really packed it in on him, and so we've gone back this week and kind of showed him I had a long film session with him yesterday and kind of showed him, hey, this is where your spots are going to be if teams play you like this. And it's just, he's a freshman. He's a freshman. People forget that. This is his, he's played 16 college basketball games right now. So, he's still learning. There's just stuff that guys who have been here a while know that he doesn't, that he's figuring out and learning. And so, I think he's learning very, very quickly, faster than even I would have thought. I was texting him stuff. This just shows you what type of kid he is. I was texting him my thoughts on Sunday morning after the this was after the Mason game. No, I texted him Saturday after the Mason game. Saturday, like mid-afternoon after the Mason game, and he texted me. He's like, "Yeah, I saw that, Coach. I've already watched it." He had gone back on ESPN3 and watched the game. He had watched the full game himself. So he cares. He studies it. He's a student of the game, and he's learning. And he's a freshman.
Back to their coaching change. Do you treat them as if there has been no coaching change? Is this
they
the same
play.
dangerous team
Offensively, yeah, they're good. They're picked fifth in the league, I think, for a reason. But offensively, they do a lot of the same things. They've still got good players, and defensively, he mixes it up even more than Coach Lonergan did. They're basically man and 1-3-1 zone. He's got 3-2, 1-2-2. He's got all sorts of exotic looks. So, I think it's be a big challenge for us, and they've done. I think obviously it shakes your program a little bit, but I think he was an assistant. They've got good senior leadership. They got pretty much the same staff. One of their former players, McDonald, is their director. It's about as seamless as you can go in September. I don't think right now that has any effect on our game tomorrow. I don't think it has any effect on our game tomorrow. I think he's coaching them. They're used to him. He's used to them. I think it has. I think it has zero effect on our game tomorrow. Outside the fact that he's changed up some strategy things defensively.
What did you call on Saturday? You mentioned it during the post game a little bit. You guys up 4. He doesn't score. Second half, it seemed like he took the game over a little bit. Scores 17 in the second half. Is that a sign of maturing for a guy like him, not trying to force things when it wasn't really going in the first half?
Yeah, I mean, he did a nice job. You know, he had some layups and got those blocked in the first half. Second half came back, got an and one. You know, he does a good job of drawing fouls when he drives the ball. I try to tell him you got to drive the ball a little more, so you can't just sit there and fall in love. You know, can't be I call him Jaquan jump shot. You can't be Jaquan jump shot out there all the time, just jacking those shots. And I mean, he draws an inordinate amount of fouls when he drives it in there for his size and for his height. So, you know, just really working to move it side to side. You know, I think, you know, we're not very good when we take first side shots, when we don't let the offense turn over a couple of times. Not turn the ball over, but move side to side. You know, our percentages go up dramatically when we get to second and third sides. And so, you know, just a matter of him trusting it, not trying to force it on the first side and let it come back to him on the second side or third side, I think really, really helped him get flowing in the second half.